Cool. There's our outtake. Rotter. Right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Britball YouTube channel. We are carrying on our series where we go through each of the NFL's last 5 years worth of first round picks. Today we are finishing off the AFC North, which is the Cincinnati Bengals. We're in for a roller coaster of a ride because they've had their fair amount of ups and downs in the past 5 years. But you've got an important sponsor.
Yeah, unofficially sponsored by Dutch Caramel Waffles from the Netherlands.
I didn't even know we could do that after Brexit, but you know.
Yeah, we still get all this shit. So.
We will get into the first one, 2020, and you know who it is.
So, into our first pick, we had the most obvious one of them all, Joe Burrow, first overall last year, and a pretty good start to his career. He did pass for a lot of yards in only 10 games, and it was really unfortunate that Chase Young absolutely obliterated him on his blind side and ruptured his whole leg pretty much. But yeah, he looks like he's going to be a great player. 13 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and overall very good arm, very accurate. Not an absolute cannon like Josh Allen, but still very good. And we'll give him an A. You can't judge him for being injured because that was his O-line's fault.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, you knew he was going to be a star as soon as he came in, as soon as he declared for the draft. Drafted out of LSU, he was part of that record-breaking offense that season, setting records left, right, and centre. He was the first overall pick, and he's justified. 65% completion percentage, 13 TDs in 10 games with basically a 90 quarterback rating. He did have his moments, especially in the first couple of games of the season, where he was like, "What's going on here? Why are you doing that?" But every rookie has their moments. It's a learning process, and especially considering you were in the worst franchise that year, obviously since they got the first overall pick, he's definitely carried his weight, and they've missed him since he's been injured. The second season, he just needs O-line to protect his blind side, and he needs weapons. He's not afraid to run, he's a great thrower, he's a risk taker, and I like this guy's attitude.
Alright, you take this one.
2019, Jonah Williams, guard. He didn't play his entire rookie season because of a shoulder injury he suffered in pre-season. And his second season, he started at left tackle. He started 10 out of 12 games. Then he suffered a knee injury in week 14. But in them 12 games he did play, he only allowed 3 sacks, 2 penalties, which isn't bad for himself. He was given a 70.1 PFF rating. He's very good in pass coverage. He just needs to find consistency and stay fit. But at the same time, his stats weren't mesmerising. He needs to stay injury-free in order to become stat padding across the board, but it's very difficult to judge on 12 games across a 24-game season.
I've got nothing other to add to that.
Oh, God.
Next we got a boring pick, Billy Price, centre, and especially taken after Frank Ragnow, Pro Bowler. And then you have this guy who started 1 game this year, so it's a waste of a first round pick. You might get in the rotation, but you don't get rotation guys with first round picks. And his PFF rating reflects that he has not been all that good. I'll let you go into some deeper analysis.
I've got some stats here that just proves how bad this pick is. 15 penalties in 3 seasons, and in 2018 he was tied for the 4th most penalties in the NFL. In his 3 seasons in the NFL, he hasn't scored a PFF rating above 56. He seems very, very easy to beat in pass protection. He has struggled for consistency. He has 1 good game in a blue moon, then he goes back to being poor. He's definitely been a bust, especially considering this guy was a first rounder, 21st overall, which isn't the highest in the world. So yeah, the Bengals definitely have busted here. No question about it. John Ross. Okay. So he was drafted out of Washington, 20 starts in 27 games, 3 games in 2020 and 3 games in his rookie season. 8 in 2019, so he's got injury problems. In his entire career in the NFL, he has got 733 receiving yards with 41.5% catching. He's been injured throughout his career, but when he was fit, he was dropped for being awful. His second season, he got 210 receiving yards. Tyreek Hill does that in 1 quarter. He's been injured on the COVID list as well. He got caught by that. He's going to be a free agent in 2021, and good luck.
Yeah, he's someone who just didn't want to play for the Bengals at all last year, and I don't know where he gets the arrogance from, to be honest, because he's not that good.
No.
He's not better than any organisation. He doesn't deserve to be anywhere better. It's a bit like Sammy Watkins, just arrogance. And it's a shame because he ran one of the fastest 40-yard dashes in combine history, if not the fastest. And as the saying goes, speed kills, but not in this case. He's a bust. Am I taking this one? Yeah. Next we got finally a pretty decent pick, William Jackson. It has been a defence with a lot of struggles, but this has been a rare shining diamond in the defence. He has been playing pretty consistently well, and this season really cemented that he's a decent player in the cornerback 1 position. Solid tackler, 1 interception, good PFF rating, and it is a big loss to them, definitely, in free agency. That's why we give it a B, because they did draft a good player, and cornerbacks are really hard to develop, but you let him go after a few seasons when he could be a cornerstone of your defence, which needs a cornerstone. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we were looking at William Jackson on his impact on the team, he'd be an A plus, whatever, because the Bengals defense has been that bad recently. But in terms of corners, a B is fair. He started 48 out of 59 games, 3 interceptions and 41 passes defended. He's with 150 combined tackles even, and he's getting paid $1 million less annually than the top corner that on free agency that's been taken up by another team in Shaq Griffin. So people rate him that highly. So Washington rates him that highly. He's great at running routes with receivers. He averages over 10 pass breakups a year. He makes big plays, and he was definitely he was the diamond in the rough, I think the saying is, in that Cincinnati defense. He'd be a stellar player in Washington when they've already got a stacked defense as well. This guy's stats are going to go through the roof, but it's a big loss to the Bengals, I'm afraid.
And that's that.
That's
a quick one.
Not too bad.
So the Bengals, they have a lot of boring picks. Like, if you're going to go O-line, it's cool, but it has to be a hit. Like, when we do the Colts, you'll see they've got some great O-line picks, but then it's just disappointing when you waste your first round pick, which everyone looks forward to, on some fat blob that's not even going to do anything. And then you've got John Ross that's a bust, but at least you've got William Jackson and Joe Burrow.
Did have William Jackson.
Well, yeah, you did have William Jackson.
The thing is, with the Bengals, they've already got their franchise quarterback, but they haven't got an O-line. He hasn't got an O-line in front of him, which you've been building on for the past 2 seasons in Jonah Williams and Billy Price. Billy Price is shocking. Jonah Williams can't play, and John Ross can't catch a ball. So I think second season with Burrow, they'll do a lot better in this 2021 draft, but they need to address the O-line definitely. And Penei Sewell is not a bad player, and hopefully, I think even the Bengals can't even mess that pick up. Penei Sewell is one hell of a prospect. But that's what they've done in the past 5 years. I'm afraid it's not really that good.
Yeah, and so that completes the AFC North, and we're moving on to AFC South now. So the next part of the series will be Tennessee Titans, last 5 years draft picks. Any support appreciated as always. Catch you guys next time.